Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Mother Georgia, she's back on live, the historic 980 WDDO. All of a sudden, let's go live into the studio with our host, Brenda Sutton.
And hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're here.
Okay, you got to turn that off because you get playback whenever you do that.
Did it stop?
No.
So it wasn't me.
It's an echo, and usually with that means that somebody has space.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy belated Thanksgiving to you.
It's not me.
Mr. Jackson, I think he got it.
It was your phone.
No, it was not my phone. It was not mine at all. Was it? Well, how are you? Do we have a replacement today?
Yeah, we've made an upgrade. We're told today to take the place of Emily Amos, and not that Emily Amos wasn't doing a superior job, but the people have spoken, and that's Emily's replacement.
Well, why don't you tell our listening audience hello?
Hello.
Tell them what your name is.
My name is Denver and I'm 8 years old.
And what school do you attend?
Vaudeville Academy of the Arts.
And what's your favorite subject?
Science.
Science.
And lunch. And
Science and lunch, ladies
and then
gentlemen.
recess.
Science in that order. Science, lunch, and recess.
Out of the mouth of babes, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
got to feed the brain, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And she likes a lot of food.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
And she likes shopping.
Oh, that's more than just a fact.
That's more than a fact.
For y'all don't know, that's my granddaughter. Can't y'all tell?
Yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful spirit and personality. And she walked in today and she said, "Look, Emily's not going to be here. I'm going to be her replacement." So I might as well take the place. That's what she said.
She said, "I just should take over." But she is done now. You can go back and get on your what?
iPad.
She just made her radio debut.
Yes.
And a fine job you did today.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, God.
And she did really, really good.
Bye-bye, people.
She did really, really good. We have to, she is such a big personality.
Yeah, so 30 years from now, she'll be able to look at this film and see herself making her radio debut on 107.9 FM, The Glory.
Well, let's just talk about a couple things. First of all, I want to thank my husband, Henry, for sponsoring the show. He always does such a good job.
The great attorney, Henry Williams. Henry E. Williams.
That's right, Henry E. Eugene.
Yeah.
The people in the country called him Eugene.
And just, for those brothers and sisters of ours that are recovering from the Atlanta Falcons' loss yesterday, just keep hanging in there. We're going to keep hanging in there. We thought we had a win, but it wasn't in the cards yesterday. But we're not giving up. We're true fans. And Henry, we're going to make it, man.
Let me just say this.
Oh, my God.
It is not. It won't be in the cards next week because y'all playing the Steelers.
Oh, please. We're going to beat the crap out of them.
Mm-mm. No, those Steelers going to spank you.
We'll see. Come Monday. We'll talk about it.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that people had our call-in number. That's 478-254. What's the last four digits?
Actually, it's 478-250.
250.
1444.
Hey, Sheila.
Again, that number is 478-250-1444. Please, we want you to join us in conversation today, no matter what it is that concerns you. We like to hear from our audience, okay?
Absolutely. And I just kind of want to reach out. I had a Thanksgiving, a wonderful Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I rested.
Really? You
I
didn't like
rested, and I was giving honor and thanks to God. And I just spent the day doing that and watching football.
one of the things I did over the holidays, and I just, something told me, said, you need to understand why you celebrate. Really. Let me understand the
Well,
meaning behind it, because do people really know the meaning behind
the colonization, a
yeah,
lot of people don't celebrate it in the spirit of
what it was intended for?
what the holiday represents. They very much like I do. I just
Just take it as a
took
time
time to
to
praise
chill,
God and thank God and
because it was
do
it
some
was
self
it was
inventory.
it was a massacre, actually, of the indigenous people. And then I do believe the settlers come back. So for those that are out there that are listening and who really know and got a good grip of the history, I really wish that you would put it in the comment section or call in. But when I realized, I was like, this is my last year doing the Thanksgiving thing. I think that it will be Friendsgiving, family sharing,
Mhm.
whatever name that I want to give it, but I won't be doing that traditional turkey and dressing and all of that, because I don't agree with some of, I don't agree with what went on. And when we celebrate and continue
Mhm.
traditions of things that we don't understand now, we just do it because everybody else say do it. It's just not, it dilutes it. And then it's like we've forgotten about what the indigenous people went through. The indigenous people caught it during that time.
Yeah, the true people of this land. It's rather sad that even with the knowledge of what happened, we will still not remember the tragedy of that time and recognize what the true home folks of this land are. And maybe we'll get better.
I don't know, but because a lot of times they say, well, this is a day that the natives got together with the people of Plymouth Rock, and they did after they had didn't killed everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
gave them all those blankets.
get infested with smallpox and all that. And
Yep,
so, I'm not a spoil sport, but I'm like, you ought to know what you celebrate, and you
I
need to
agree.
know exactly what it is before you just hop on the bandwagon. And it kind of reminds me of 4th of July and Juneteenth. You taking these celebrations, but it ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Oh yeah,
And then
absolutely.
people put so much pressure. That's the other part of it. It's the pressure that people put on themselves to try to maintain. I'm going to tell you something. Jenna, I went to the grocery store. I actually cooked for Henry this week. Past. I actually cooked.
So has he been released from the hospital yet?
Actually, I actually made like turkey and dressing and collard greens and
Did you put on a pilgrim outfit or Indian outfit to enhance the moment?
look here, my knee was hurting so bad. I got about 50 jokes as to why my
Oh
knee was
my
hurting.
God.
Bishop, I would say it, but
No, we
you
don't want to.
Bishop, he done put me off the air
Yeah,
for
we don't
this one.
want to tread that road. No.
But actually, it
Yeah,
is really bad.
yeah, we
And
don't.
by the way, and it's uber funny. I'll tell you off air about it.
Thank you.
But
Off air.
off air, can't even say it on air.
Don't slip
I
up.
can't even slip up.
Okay.
I can't do it. But I did all that cooking. But when I went to the store, they said, well, you know what? Joe Biden, they be lying on Joe Biden. Joe Biden got all these things in a recession. I said, what recession? There wasn't nothing in the grocery store. I went to the grocery store on Wednesday. I didn't even go earlier because I was like, man, it's a recession. You be able to find some food and stuff. Man.
Here's another thing. They say it was more traveling going on this Thanksgiving than in recent memory. So, and gas is
Supposed to be real, real high.
Somebody got some money
But
somewhere.
Johnny, I don't know where they got them. And
It's a
even
lot of smoke and mirrors
it is
going on.
and you know, like Emily
It's
does.
propaganda, and
It
it's
is propaganda, and it's bad. And you are
trying
right.
to make the Democratic controlled White House look bad.
Well, I'm gonna tell
Because if people were struggling that
you,
much,
come on,
they
Johnny.
would not be
Hey.
traveling and setting records for flying and
That-
driving on the interstates. So we have to look at things in actuality.
You know, you're right.
Now that speaks volumes to me.
Well, that's why I said that you need to know what you're celebrating. Okay, you need to know what's going on.
I'm just saying we get so many smoke and mirror things thrown at us, and we just fall right in line with our verbiage, and it's really contradictory to what is actually happening. Because if that many people were struggling, and I'm not saying nobody's struggling, but if they set records for airlines,
Black Friday, if that's what you would, because you know Emily called hers Pink Friday.
yeah,
And but people were out there. When I tell you, and those my listeners out there, Sheila, you know it for yourself. Let me just say this: it was no boiling meat. Now I'm just telling, wasn't no boiling meat.
they're just trying to get people to eat healthier.
No. I'm talking about turkey. I'm talking about smoked turkey. They didn't have them. They had smoked neck bones now. I found some of those.
It was Thanksgiving, so the turkeys would be gone.
No. I'm talking about there was no boiling meat. It was a few collard greens. When I went to, and those out listening know, when I went to the line to get some collard greens over at the farmer's market, the line was wrapped. No joke, Johnny. The line. I had to wait about 30 minutes in line to get a bag of collard greens. Because I get the kinds that are already shredded.
Our listening audience, imagine Brenda waiting in a line for 30 minutes.
That's right.
For one bag of collard greens.
That's how much I love Henry.
Oh, I set you up beautifully that time, didn't I?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
But
my point though is, if for the holidays, it's so much pressure on people to, prepare this elaborate meal, and I was guilty. I did. We just finished up. I don't want no more turkey, no more dressing, no more collard greens. I still like potato salad.
Well,
but I don't want no more of that for a while, because I cooked so much that we were able to eat on it. And they say you can keep leftovers. And for those that are listening, how many days can you keep food in the refrigerator before it's time to throw it out? I'm just saying.
Well, it's according to what temperature you're keeping the food. That is a great consideration. You have to maintain food at a certain temperature in order for it to maintain.
But then I've got like a sub-zero, so it'll last for a minute. But I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But I'm just simply saying that the pressure to perform, that pressure, especially for people who can't cook.
And don't cook,
can't cook, and all of that. And, then they're trying to make macaroni and cheese. Now, it's a joke, but Johnny, I see you over there laughing. But, I said it before. It's some people out there who has some bad food. You hear me?
Oh, my God.
Johnny, it's a thing floating around on the web. Let me see, can I find this picture? My nephew put it up on his page. Well, this girl paid $370 for somebody to prepare her food for Thanksgiving. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. $370. Let me tell you something. That right there, I couldn't believe what that girl got. I felt so sorry for her when I saw that food. I said, Lord have mercy. That don't make no sense. And she paid, and she was sick, so she called herself gonna take and support Black business, which I appreciate her for doing. Look, let's flip through that right there, Johnny. That's the spaghetti right there. Just flip through that.
God.
I'm trying to tell you, better call him when you need him. And then what?
What is that? That's
wait a minute,
macaroni and cheese.
Is that what it flip up? What's that? Mess.
That's
straight mess.
That's dressing.
Okay. That's supposed to have been baked spaghetti.
That was baked spaghetti.
And I'm like, bless her heart.
They must have been Italians.
I don't know what they
eating
were.
Spaghetti for Thanksgiving.
Well, a lot of people make, like a little side dish for the children. That's supposed to have been sweet potatoes. And we won't even talk about it. It was bad.
What was that?
Huh? What is that? Honey, let me tell you something. I don't know what that is. The greens look like they were
Okay, let me just clue in a lot of people about Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas dinners and things of that nature. Yes, you might go to someone's house and find them in a pot. But what they do is go to restaurants, get catering orders.
Come on.
Bring it stuff back home, take it out of the catering containers, put it in pots, throw a little water on their forehead. And when you get there, say, ooh, I've been up all night cooking this food. You know I must love you all. I've been up all. There's not that much cooking going on now.
It is a lot of cooking going on, but I
no,
kind of
it's not.
It really
Don't
is.
believe it. Catering orders all around the city at restaurants were through the roof. And,
for real.
And people are not doing that much cooking.
Well,
they're ordering catering unless you see them cooking.
You know what, though?
Don't take their word for
I
it.
tell you what, and let me go back. The reason why I want to do it, because we always do a show at the beginning of the holidays to talk about the stress of the holidays. Number one, when you have a stress of a loved one that's gone, the stress of being single and all of that.
And the stress of knowing that you're about to have a whole lot of folk who have not been to your house all year or since the last time Thanksgiving dinner was supposed to be at your house. Then you are in for trying to see who's going to tear up something, who's going to spill something on your good stuff. And all of those issues come about because, most families, unless grandma's still living, they'll alternate sites of the dinners. Like this year is going to be at such and such's house, and next year is going to be at their house. But these people have to prepare for the people who come in with the unruly kids.
Tearing up your stuff, stopping up the toilet.
Yeah.
I mean, and really, although I'm making a joke
no,
about
these
it, that's
are
real. That's real. That's real
this
talk.
Is actuality.
Because some of those children so doggone bad. You said, Lord, I don't even want to
come.
grown
folk.
And grown folks. Somebody get drunk and tear up stuff and things like that.
Not even drunk. Just come in, get too comfortable, put the feet up on your table and all that kind of stuff. And you don't put your feet on your table. And then they're saying, well, we just relaxing. It's all family. They'll say it's all family.
Yeah.
She over there whining about a little sofa.
Yeah, she thinks she all that. And then, too, I brought that, Johnny, that's real talk. And I said, I wanted to bring out, I said, we got on the food, how difficult it is. And then you trying to feed everybody and everything. And then you got all these people dropping crumbs and stuff. And I know I myself, which while I do go and clean up and stuff like that behind me, said, Lord, please don't let them drop nothing on the carpet and stain the carpet, and stuff like that. Yeah. You do go through all those changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you couldn't go outside. I think it was like raining and stuff. So you couldn't go and sit outside and like eat outside. You had to eat on the inside.
People on the porch.
They done took out the fire barrel, right?
Trying to let a little covering that they got everybody squoze up against each other, trying to keep from getting wet. Because, Brenda don't want you eating in that room.
I sure don't. I sure don't. She don't want you eating on her stuff. But I'm bringing that out because I just know during the holidays when I was single, how difficult it was for me. Number one, my kids were grown and they had their own life. And one day we'll talk about how you got to swap between, the in-laws and then you got to go by and see mama. And then that's what I'm talking about.
You know what would be interesting? The number of calls that involve this conversation. Oh, I'm so glad them folks are gone out of my house. I bet you that was said so many times when the dinner was over and everybody went home. How many people call their friend or best?
Say, I'm so glad they're gone.
I am. They
But
are
you know what
gone.
though, Johnny? I don't even know if it's. I just know for me, the reason why I bring it up is that people are lonely during the holidays, where you do get an influx of visitors. You know, it's always the house. There are some people and many families who do not have a house.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The family house, like your house was the family house
When my mother was alive.
And so now that mama is gone, where's the family house for them to go and reconnect? And I'm telling you, that's part of now this is real dear to my heart. There is a part, and y'all in my audience, hey Sheila, girl, I know what you mean. There is a part of us who missed the family house.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was my mama's house. I could depend on mama making her greens, staying up all night, cutting up a potato salad. It always tasted the same. She'd have some type of barbecue on the side. All my uncles and everybody, they come, they get a plate, wrap it up in aluminum foil, and take it home. Well, a lot of us no longer have that house.
Absolutely.
And I have to wonder how that's affected families and the loneliness that went along with it, because while people were lonely, I'm not sure that it was the same level of loneliness when we had the family house that we could all gather and go to.
That movie, Soul Food, was the message of it was the importance of the gathering. And we've sort of lost that.
And right. And I'm saying to you, if you don't have a family home, like a hub, Henry and I went to Mama T's house. Lucky for him, his brother came in and took care of Mama's house.
Oh yeah, there's a great importance there that to be on the surface, because that's the place, very much like church was back in the day. That's the place that all of the angst and the arguments and the people who are battling each other, once you come to that place, that's where resolution begins.
Oh yeah.
So they've been enemies all year, sisters or brothers or cousins or whatever. But when it comes, okay, this is Thanksgiving, this is Christmas time, and everybody gathers here, then that's when the confrontation comes with mediation, with civility, that you got to work it out. I don't care how mad you are with him or her, we're going to work it out today.
Oh, yeah.
And that is part of our culture that has dissipated very, very much, and that we miss.
Yeah, we miss that.
Yeah, a whole lot of things, different subject matters we're going to touch on today.
We'll touch on that in the 2023, because I'm telling you, the thing about it, and I know it may not seem like a big thing, and Sheila says it right, it definitely is not the same. It's not.
No.
And the food don't even taste the same. It's something that them girls used to take and put in that food. I don't care if I make it like my mama. I don't care if I got her same recipe, but that pound cake, it's still not mama's. It don't taste like
But there's
hers.
another variable that, what farmers use now to expedite the growing of their crops.
Okay.
So fertilizer is different. So from the very beginning, there's a different product that you're getting. That they put different chemicals in the ground to make the food grow faster, which distorts the taste. So that's maybe one day we could get somebody, some agriculture person,
so people can come on and talk about it, because
why food is different. It's more than just the people who can the food or process. It's from the very beginning when the seed is dropped into the earth.
You better know it.
The difference in the taste and the texture of food starts there. It's not just how people cook anymore. It's what we're eating.
And then too, during the holidays, it was one of the things that I did, and this goes back to my mama. I always make sure that I got a dinner at home. So when I go out to eat, and when Henry went out to eat, even though my knee is killing me, I'm toward my MLC.
Take it easy on it, Henry.
But but anyway, I stayed and I cooked for him, because it was important that when he came home, he had some food. Now that's how we grew up. if we went out to eat, we always had food when we got back home. We didn't have to bring a plate back home.
There was some food already
It
there.
was already food already there. And I'm just talking about the difference in the way that people are raised now. A lot of times now, folks, typically, when they come to your house to eat, and y'all can attest for it, Sheila, don't they always take a plate back or
Now,
two or
let
three?
me ask you, talking about the difference. Now, who eats first, the children or the
adults?
man of the house?
I always feed children. I always feed the children first. My mother taught me that, though, because my mother grew up in a time where they would always she was raised in Washington County. My grandmother, my great grandmother, Rosie Mae, and was married to a preacher. Where the preacher used to come to the house and sit at the table.
So y'all didn't get the preacher his chicken breast first?
Yes, they did. They did. They always gave him the best part of the chicken. And Mama said when she grew up, they would give them the feet. And those preachers would sit there and just eat. And Mama said one of them would belt, I wish I had two stomachs. And so, because my great grandmother was a good cook. And so my mother said that she would never, ever make her children wait to eat. That she would always feed her children first, and she always made sure we had food at home. And so she said her great grandmother, my great grandmother fed the adults
because
first.
they were the ones that went out and worked. So if they were not strong and they were not healthy,
Johnny, but see, when those children,
I mean, the adults didn't eat up everything from the children.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
No,
they did too.
No,
you know what? I wish my mama.
That's just in your family.
Look at her. I'm gonna go and take it to the nursing home and let her tell you herself. My mother would tell you how she was missed. You know, and I don't think they meant any malice. It was more of a respect. But she, growing up, they fed those people first, and the children would sit around hungry.
I don't believe.
Yes. Oh, yes, they did too. And they got what was left. Yes, they did.
Okay, so they did get food.
They got the peas and the bread.
That's what they needed, vegetables.
All right, you watching him up there, and all he do is stomp at the church and preach and everything. He ain't working in the field now.
The shepherd's got to be strong so he can direct the flock.
See, there you go. I see you telling jokes.
No, I'm not. I'm serious.
But we're seriously putting our jokes aside. That's the way it was. And in Thanksgiving, now we do believe in saying the family prayer and sing some songs, have some type of devotion.
Were you singing, Brenda?
Yeah.
What would you sing? Give us a little bit of that.
I can't sing anymore. Seriously, I used to sing with the Young Angelics back in the day.
Brenda she just finished singing.
And I used to sing with Young Angelics back in the day. I had nodules on my throat.
Oh, okay.
From singing so hard, and they went in and scraped my vocal cords. I haven't been able to sing since.
Okay.
So, but I'm an alto. Can you tell?
With the Young Angelics.
With the Young Angelics, with the great late Nathaniel Johnson.
We'll call him the spiritual walker.
That's right. But the thing about going back to the holidays, I'm serious. People put so much pressure on themselves to try to even be like Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Act like Big Mama. We got some folk out there that ain't got that Big Mama spirit. You ought to get what I'm going with this. They don't have the Big Mama spirit, but then they want to act like Big Mama. And they want everybody to look up to them like Big Mama. Number one, they can't cook like Big Mama. That's just, but they nasty. So when you go to these holiday kinds of settings, some of them are not pleasant. Holidays ain't pleasant for everybody, John.
Now we're talking again about the shift in the value system.
Okay.
So now, when I was younger, and women had a different outlook, I'll say that. They were clean. They believe in cleanliness.
They did.
I mean, wash behind their ears, in their ears, finger. But they didn't go all out to make sure they looked good, like a model.
They did that.
And they
were just clean.
Yeah. They didn't had one word about whether their nails were 8 inches long and all of that, and whether they had on a Thanksgiving outfit. Go out and spend $300 on a Thanksgiving. God, I gotta have me something new for Thanksgiving. It's the way of the world now. I saw today. This is a question.
What's wrong,
I
Johnny?
saw today
What you see?
where a makeup artist posted a picture of one of their clients, and they had done a good job in a great job in the application of the makeup and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the before and after picture, I thought it was two different people.
Well,
I honest to God, bless you, thought it was two different.
but you see,
Wait a minute. I thought it was two different people, which made me ask the question. So if a female goes out and gets beat and all of that, and they meet a man, and okay, if she does it, women will say, well, I just do it for me. Forget that. If she does it to present herself to new people, to meet people, and somebody is attracted to her beat self, the way she looks that day, then why is it that she doesn't understand that he expects her to look like that all the time?
but you know what, Johnny,
I just don't get it.
But you know what? Let me just put it out here like
I'm just
this.
saying, why
But
does
I
she
got
get
that.
angry?
Because
Why does she get angry when he's not
because people.
I mean, these women
She
putting on
said,
so much makeup.
Sheila said she can't see your face.
They putting on so much makeup.
Can you see him now, Sheila?
They putting on so much makeup that they don't even look like themselves.
But Daddy, let me
and
just.
I
But
just
but
don't
let me just say
understand
this.
it.
We have a makeup artist that Emily is here now. Emily, she's not here, but she's here. And let me just tell you about Emily. Emily will not make my face up, okay? To the extent that you don't know who I am.
I don't get it.
And but you know what? There are some makeup artists that are out there that will take and make up somebody to where they don't resemble themselves.
I mean,
now that is like, it's almost to me clownish
people,
makeup.
I'm not being mean
but let me
or
just,
anything,
but you saying the old girls.
I see so many
But
of these
Johnny,
women today. They
Johnny,
get makeup and put them on Facebook and
Johnny,
saying, "I'm feeling like this, I'm looking like this,"
Johnny,
but it doesn't
Johnny,
look
you're talking,
anything like them.
But you want to know something?
I
Let
don't
me
get
let me
it.
go back.
And then call it enhancing.
But you know what?
Get out of here.
We're talking about Thanksgiving and grandmama. And grandmama, okay, she didn't do that. You want to know why? Because grandmama was comfortable with herself.
And was cooking.
She was cooking and comfortable. But she could go in that kitchen, she'd take and put her clothes on. She was bathed. As you said, she would make sure her face was clean and stuff like that. May throw on a couple, throw on some lipstick. Even I myself, when I'm cooking, I don't really wear a whole lot of makeup. I like my eyelashes. I love lashes, and I put on a little lipstick, but I don't wear a lot of makeup. But the professionals that are out here, and I wish Emily was here to talk about this, but the professional people who do this for a living, and I'm talking about the real deal Holyfields, okay? They are not putting on all of that makeup. No shade to people who work in the drag queen industry or whatever like that. But I'm not trying to look like a drag queen.
You better watch those pronouns.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay.
But I'm not trying to look like that. That's not necessarily beauty. But then too, when you allow thank you so much, Sheila.
I thought you were talking about my hair.
when you allow other people to define you, then that's what you get. And that's the bottom line. A lot of times, as it stands now, we want people to tell us that we're pretty. And And so we put on all of this stuff. And, I stopped coloring my hair because I'm 65 years old. I'm going on 66. I'm supposed to be gray. That's what 65-year-old women look
Well,
like.
the young girls are starting to wear gray hair.
But that's
20 years old, they putting gray weave in their hair.
But let me just say this. We're talking about grandmama. A lot of people don't have the values. My nephew told me, said, you know what, Auntie? A lot of women don't have an auntie. They don't have a grandmama. They weren't raised up with the kind of mama and stuff we were raised up with. So I do believe that there is a breakdown, even in the holiday traditions. People are trying to do what they think they're supposed to do during the holidays. That's what they think they're supposed to do. They think they're supposed to do all this cooking and stuff, which we did. But then, too, was a different kind of cooking because those girls knew how to stretch a dollar. They would go in there. Maybe they didn't get a turkey. They got a hen.
People are not doing that much cooking. They're going out getting catering, taking it back, putting it in pots.
Put it in pot. Well, I didn't do that. I cooked mine.
I know.
I flat cooked mine and cooked the turkey necks and all of that and greased the turkey down with lemon butter. Oh, I did the whole 9 yards. But a lot of times, we get caught up into traditions that we don't even understand. That's what I was telling you, Johnny. People don't understand why they do what it is they do. Then they get depressed, because they don't have a certain thing. If I didn't,
And that's the same thing I'm saying about makeup. They get all that attention with a face full of makeup. Then they get depressed when they don't have the makeup on, and then they don't get all that attention. And I don't get it because then they don't appreciate the person that's truly attracted to them without all that makeup and all that stuff.
Sheila make a good point.
I don't get it.
She said they were taught, talking about our grandmamas, were taught to be
Talking
confident.
about a grandma.
That's right, Sheila is. She said they were taught to be confident in themselves. We talking about they were, and were into their faith more than they were into anything else.
Absolutely.
You know what? I can't. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen my big mama, which would be my mother's mother, in anything other than lipstick and a little She put a little powder on her face.
Yeah.
But that was it, and she was beautiful. I don't think I ever, but she's right. She was comfortable in her own skin, which is what you're talking about. A lot of times, so Johnny, we're not comfortable in our own skin because we don't even know what our own skin is. You understand what I'm saying? We don't even know who we are. And so we think that all of this, all that material stuff make us pretty. All of the, we're going to take and do all this stuff for Thanksgiving. That's family. But then the next day, you don't have nothing to do with the children. You don't even cook. We
get so locked into who we want to think we're pretty.
There you go.
Instead of appreciating who does think we're pretty.
By the way, and not only that.
Not me, but
it even goes with the meal. It's more important for you to have family 365 days a year, if you're going to do it like that, than for you to just pick one day that somebody else have designated. And it's not even that great of a day. Someone has designated as a time to spend with your family. You should spend time with your family whenever you can spend time with your family.
Yeah.
And the cooking, which, I got it. I'm telling you, I'm guilty of it. But it just, the stress and strain, they're going to have more people die during the holidays than they do any other time.
Wow.
And they die of loneliness, a lot of them, because especially, I know when I was looking for a placement for my mom, and I was going around to different senior citizen places, and that lady told me, she said, "Oh, well, we have a lot of openings after the holidays because a lot of people die." And that's sad.
So in other words, after the holidays, you should check the classified section in the newspaper.
Help him.
And go look up under the obituaries. And instead of the classified, go to the obituaries and find out where those people were working. And there's a job opening.
You know what
That's what you're really saying.
No, what I'm saying is what I'm saying is that people transition a lot during the holidays because they stressed out. Think about it, Johnny. How many times have you known people to get mad because, in fact, I saw something on TikTok, which I do look at TikTok, where this old lady, I guess she was about 80, had done, help him, Lord, I'm trying to tell you, had gone through, she cooked all of this food and nobody came. 80 years old, nobody came to her house for Thanksgiving.
But now she could have had them roaches over there.
Them what?
Them roaches.
She didn't have no roaches. She looked to be she looked to be clean. Wasn't no razors in the
I ain't going
in the
down there. I ain't going down there, Miss May Lou out now. Y'all know y'all go down there and eat them roaches.
That's but no, but she was.
I'm sorry.
But
That
it
was
was
my comedic
I
moment.
know. But she was sad, and I'm telling you that so many people were just like her.
Yeah.
My mom would be when my mother loved to cook, and she'd be looking for people to come to her house, and she always thought, she said, well, if I cook like I used to cook, then people are gonna come and see me.
Mhm.
So it's just not single people, but it's a lot of old orphans that are out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it to my mama for Thanksgiving. It really bothered me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I made sure that I stayed up and cooked her food and had my nephew to take it over there to her so she would have a plate
Mm-hmm.
on Thanksgiving, because I wanted her to have like a
Some food.
some food because I know they ain't gonna hardly do nothing on Thanksgiving at the at the facility where she is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bringing this out because I really want us to have a conversation about, one, why we get so stressed out over a holiday that ain't even yours no way. You know what I'm saying? Why do we, what's the real deal? One of the things you said, which was real interesting, is we're trying to be something that we're not.
Absolutely.
We caught up into an appearance. We got to get our hair done, our nails done. We got to get that new outfit. We got to do all of that.
How ludicrous does that sound?
I'm trying to
Girl,
tell you.
I got to get my Thanksgiving outfit. Let me tell you. I went to this stuff I cannot make up. So my phone service is through Cricket. Just so happens to be a Cricket dealership inside of the Beauty Supply 98-cent store on Mercer and Burton Avenue.
You're wrong for what you're getting ready to say.
And at the Cricket counter, I said, if I have some problems, are you going to be open tomorrow? I said, no, the phones department will be closed for the holiday. The Cricket store, but you will be able to come in and buy weed. And
on Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving Day.
No.
And I was making a joke before she said, I said, I bet y'all better not close that store because them girls come over here and kick the door down trying to get some weed. I was kidding, but then the girl said, no, they're going to be open. I said, well, y'all might as well mark up the weave because y'all can mark it up $5, $10, $15, $20, and they will buy it. And do you know it? Just by chance, I went to the store Thanksgiving Day, and I rode by that way. That parking lot on Thanksgiving Day was full at the 98-cent store. And I know they sell shirts and little rugs and it, but I ain't see nobody coming out of there with any shirts or rugs.
But I think that the hair thing, we'll have to have a conversation about that. But I just do believe that a lot of us have in our mind the perception of what other people perceive it to be. What
you know what I was hoping
what
that Black Panther would do?
Would make us go to natural hair.
What will make them see that women are considered beautiful without all that hair.
Well,
I thought it might have had an effect.
that is because women think that, and it ain't like y'all don't be looking at it.
We look at women, period.
But it's not that. It is the fact that women believe that men like the long hair, and so they get it and put it on there. Now,
I'll grant you that some do, but
that may be
let's
you.
go back to she was talking about confidence.
Okay.
I watch women, and I can see a woman or some women, and I could see them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at a job site or wherever. And they act one way all those 4 days. But the day that they get their hair, they act totally different.
But you see,
that has nothing to do with me. That has something to do with what gives them confidence.
Well, let me just say, and it could be on my part that I've always had hair. I've had hair down my back. I cut it off. I don't care about no hair. But I'm subject to do whatever it is, with that. It just doesn't matter. And the women in my family have hair. So it's a big deal, but it's not a big deal. If you get what I'm saying. So it is about a confidence, but to me, it's still people pleasing because it gets into, why would something on the outside change you on the inside? Your inside should be right. If you get where I'm going.
I agree.
So, getting back to this season, my baby asked me, she said, Grandma, what you want for Christmas? What kind of presents you want for Christmas? I told her I got the best present I can get for Christmas. I got you. Now you can
Henry, did you hear that?
By the way, Henry would tell you Henry has never bought me a Christmas present.
No, I'm saying Henry is your best gift for Christmas.
Oh, well, that's true too.
That's all I'm trying to help you out.
Well, let me just say, no, Henry, no. But I don't require gifts because I believe that he does a lot for me and that he doesn't need to do anything like that online. I don't do Christmas. I don't do Valentine's. I only do my birthday.
While we are so stuck on Thanksgiving and our false dedication to that day,
and
what about Valentine's Day? Now I don't hear women want to change up that. No, we need to quit celebrating Valentine's Day, because do you know what Valentine's Day really was? It was all these murders in Chicago, but I don't hear women pushing to discount Valentine's Day.
I'm just telling you that
but they want to discount Thanksgiving because it was about killing the Indians. But they don't want to do it for Valentine's Day.
No, that's me. I'm just telling you, this
is it just you, or is it that that Thanksgiving is about the whole family and Valentine's Day is about the woman?
Let me just tell you, I don't do any.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
I don't do any kind of holiday that don't have anything to do with me.
So what about Valentine's Day?
I don't fool with that. Okay. I don't fool with that.
Now, what's your thought process about? Do you think women should be celebrating?
I think that
because you had a strong opinion about us in Thanksgiving.
You know what? Let me just say this. I believe that you should do whatever it is that works for you. But as for Brenda, I have Brenda holidays. The Brenda holiday is my birthday, the day that I came onto this planet. That's one. The other holiday, and it's a special time, is our anniversary. Other than that, I don't really. In fact, he really don't even have to buy me presents. But he always gets me flowers once a year. That's on my birthday.
You know who I think we ought to go back and revamp birthdays?
It's actually Earth Day. It's just when
I think that the actual recipient of the gifts on the day you were born was the mother who gave birth. It was her birthday. She was the one that actually gave birth.
There, Johnny, go again, Sheila.
See,
Sheila.
See, I think the mother should be the one that's getting the big celebration, because she's the one that actually, and it was not coming in. It was she sees to celebrate you coming out of her. I'm rid of him.
You know what?
I'm rid of her of them twins or triplets.
Johnny, you're so silly. You're so silly. That's right. Help him, Sheila. Are you out of control, Johnny? Getting back to the subject at hand.
I'm so serious.
I tell you what I'm serious about. I'm serious to know that you mean to tell me as much as you like to eat, you didn't go nowhere and get a plate on Thanksgiving?
No, I had some sirloin vegetable soup that I like. I ate some soup. Man, I got these saltine crackers. I went to the store and I was looking for some saltine crackers the other day. They didn't have any. So I saw these Spanish Mexican El Saltinis or something. Boy, I will never eat another premium saltine cracker again. I am done with them. These are the best saltine crackers ever.
And you had that with some soup. See, my point is we spend so much resources for one day.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm alluding to. And then you don't even know what you're celebrating, per se, because a lot of people have not done the research on it.
Like Valentine's
Day. You hadn't done the research on it, but you just give all this credence to a day that is not really worth celebrating unless you're going to change it and have friends.
Because I had a lot of my friends, I sent like, happy Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And some of them replied, I do not celebrate the colonization, and the
Right.
murder.
And
That was their response. And I understood them.
And that's my point. And then you were just saying, then we go out and then we go have these, I got to get all of this done and I got to get my outfit and I got to get all of this. And then, like I said, the following day, then what? Because it's not like, people do like I did. Like I cooked my food, I had my dinner at the house. Then too, a lot of the people who are hosting the thing, the people take the plates, they take like plates home with them, as in plural, like in a big old bag. In fact, I've gotten to the point that I just keep me some takeout plates in the lunchroom.
Well, that's a smart thing to do.
And just have my bag out there, ready for them to take, which is okay.
So let me ask you now, when you have these dinners, and people just coming in and eating and they're gonna leave.
Right.
Do you use real stuff, or you just do the whole paper?
I just do a whole
plate
paper
for everybody that day.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I think that's great.
I do all of that. And I think that I'm going back to, I really hope that we have Making Mental Health Matters, that if you are dealing with depression and you're coming up toward the holidays and you know that you're going to be extremely lonely, please reach out to Making Mental Health Matters, so that you can kind of deal with some of the grief and the loss. A lot of times this is a time when people miss mama a whole lot, or miss daddy, or miss brothers, or mix sisters, whoever that is. Sheila gonna get on me about paper plates.
Sheila,
I don't want to wash dishes.
Sheila, stop eating the paper plates.
Sheila, slap him. Sheila, I don't want to wash the dishes. I don't even want to wash the pots and pans.
If you're gonna eat the paper plates, put some salt and pepper on them. They taste better.
Sheila, whoop him. Just whoop him. But I just, as for me, I just try to, he crazy. I'm just saying that I'm really in my old age getting to the point, one, that I understand.
Brenda, you're not old. You're older.
I'm 65.
But you're older. I've seen some old people, and you're not one of them.
Well, I feel, look, you tell my knee I'm not old.
Your knee might be old.
My knee is old.
But that's it. I'll give you the knee thing.
Sheila, I don't like washing dishes. I got a sink full of dishes.
So now, what you do your next holiday, use the real stuff. Go pick up Sheila.
Sheila, he said, Sheila, you gonna help me? Hey, Michael, how you doing? You gonna help me wash dishes?
Sheila will wash your plates.
Sheila, you gonna help me wash dishes?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody think about it. Sheila help me wash dishes. You remember Michael Hicks? He was over at the old station. You remember Mike used to help us in the thing.
Of course I remember Mr.
What's up, Mike?
Of course I remember Mr. Hicks. Look, hey, I gotta get this in before we finish today.
What?
I heard on the news today.
No.
In China, with the big outbreak of the COVID.
Yeah.
These people are welding the doors of people's homes and apartment buildings and things, trapping these people in the places.
Yeah.
And setting the places on fire.
For what?
They are welding the doors shut.
I haven't heard. I do know that they have a very strict.
I heard that on the news today. They're welding the door. They're trapping the people inside of their dwellings.
Okay.
And setting the places on fire, killing them.
I got to look that up. I do know they have a very strict COVID policy, and the people are rebelling, and they're rebelling against it. But let me just say this. People need to, COVID hasn't left here.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we got that in before we left today.
COVID is, they're dealing with COVID. I don't know the other, it's a respiratory thing with children. The children wards are full, and I don't know which strain of COVID. Now, people say they don't take, the vaccine, stuff like that, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you can still get COVID if you've taken the vaccine, but you typically will survive.
Don't die.
Yeah. Well, that's the way to put it. More so than those who have not been vaccinated. Yeah. That's not to say that you won't be.
Right.
But I'm just simply saying that, you improve your chances of survival. So I'm just going to say this. I spoke with Lynn Snyder. We have to have her on. Lynn is a registered nurse.
Right.
And
Mhm.
there's still about 1,000 people dying a day due to COVID.
That's crazy.
That's not including the children. Oh yeah, and then the flu is something serious because we stopped wearing masks. And so you're spreading all these germs and stuff. I want to see what's going to happen after after Thanksgiving, because a lot of people was around, folk blowing their breath.
Yeah.
You're right, Sheila. Now they left the building. And I'm in there, I'm like, my eyes and stuff burning. I have to wonder whether or not, because I could always feel COVID in my eyes. I know it's kind of weird, but I could feel it like that. But I'm gonna go I got my elderberry, I got my cod liver oil. I'm ready.
It's sad what's going on.
And look here, I don't want no COVID.
Me neither.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So I still, caution our listeners, please wash your hands. Please, please, please wash your hands. Some people are masking, some people are not. I got that. But apparently they must have had a big outbreak of it over in China, because some people over there cutting the fool over there.
It is. It's amazing.
Because I saw them over there marching, and I didn't think that they showed marching in China and stuff like that. I didn't think they did it like that. But
they're fighting police. It's
well, they don't want to stay in; they want to come out. But
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but if you come out, you're gonna die. So I don't know. But I would think that they've been vaccinated. I don't really know the dynamics of what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying, Johnny? I really have not gone through and did a lot of research on it. But they over there cutting up.
Yeah, it's rough.
And not only that, and then here in the States, people act like they don't have it. You see all those people at the airport. What did they ground like? Was it 600 flights? During the holidays and stuff like that. People were trying to get in and get back home and all of that. And as you say, you had record numbers of people on the road. Someone lost their life around the corner from where I live over on Thompson Road. Somebody about 2:00 in the morning. Some gentleman, I think of 52 years old, one car fatality, that kind of thing. But yeah, you're right, Sheila. Now China ain't playing. In China, they don't have these kind of deals like we do. And not only that, we've been having so many murders. You know that. I'm waiting for them to get some type of thing on that gun control. We need to have somebody up there that's going to be at least make people do the proper background checks and stuff like this, because these people have lost their mind with these guns and things, killing up everybody. And I'm not talking about Macon.
Right.
I'm talking about these mass, the mass shootings and stuff like that. And then we looked up in Virginia, it was a black boy who did it, shot those 3.
Sad.
And I don't even know what was going on with him.
Sad.
So, the world is in a sad state. We would ask you, just lift up everybody in prayer. You know what I'm saying, Johnny? We just need to stay lifted, prayed up, and we just need to do that as a nation, as a community, as an individual. We need to pray for these families, pray for these children.
We do. Everybody tries to say all of that stuff is mental illness, but a lot of it's just evil.
Yeah,
there's a lot of evil in this world.
It is, and I don't know where I do know it's demonic, but a lot of it is, the absence of God is.
The Bible speaks of it.
Oh yeah.
We're living in our last days.
And we have to acknowledge the fact that, some people just don't know who God is, and they're not getting it in the church.
Oh, yeah.
Because the church sometimes is just as corrupted. I ain't say all churches now. I ain't say all of them. But I'm just saying a lot of them is just as corrupt as the world, and so they're not attracted,
Yeah.
They're not attracting.
Well, it's because so many people now are trying to be attractive in the church that they're losing out on teaching the true message. So you want to make sure you got the slamming choir and the bouncing choir in. You go in and you get that feeling, but you're not getting taught anything.
It's emotionalism.
Yeah.
Straight up emotionalism,
It's about that feeling.
Well, you know what? We're going to be back next week, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll be coming up toward Christmas.
Yep.
I ain't kidding. You got your Christmas tree up.
It'll be Clarence Carter singing Backdoor Santa.
You've been
All right.
listening to All of a Sudden.
That's
Join
a-
them every Monday evening from 5:30 to 6:30. All of a Sudden with your host, Brenda Sutton. That's every Monday. We'll see you there.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants